These highlights come to you in association with Scott Wilson, sponsors of the Border Reivers, with thanks to Haddington Rugby Club for their assistance.
This week we're in Haddington for the Premier 3 clash between Haddington and Ellon. Both sides just outside the promotion zone at the moment in Premier 3, but both with ambitions to get themselves into Premier 2 for next season. Early on, it was Ellon putting on the pressure. Good jump there by Alistair Gillis. Big drive. And Haddington just looking a wee bit uncomfortable there in defence. Todd Patterson moves the ball out to his left. No, he doesn't. That was a dummy. And several Haddington defenders bought it. Driven on there by Craig Nichol. Bobby Kenny in there, and the ball worked out, and it's the Ryan brothers. Number 10 Mark to brother Greg, and in at the corner for the opening score to take Ellon into a 5-0 lead after only 5 minutes. Great take there in the line out for Haddington by Ross Martin. The ball worked out to Jamie Peters. Peters, nice inside ball there to Lawrence Lappin. Haddington working through the phases. Nice play around the fringes there, then spread out wide by Jamie Peters. Terrific bust there by fullback Rodri Thomas, and that causing a wee bit of panic in the Ellon defence. Thomas stopped by his opposite number, Stephen Aiken, but holding on there, said David Crudge, the referee. Penalty to Haddington. Up stepped Jamie Peters, and doing what he does so regularly for Haddington, slotting that ball between the posts and getting the home side on the board. And in the 12th minute, another line-out take by Haddington, and a good drive there. Well organised at the back by Sam Johnson. Worked out again, and again it's this time Donald Snodgrass setting it up. Oh, wee fumble there in the Ellon defence. Ball worked out to Andy Douglas, but holding on there. Oh, scooping back, said David Crudge. Taken quickly and right over by Neil Watt. Quick thinking there by the Haddington winger. Taking the penalty quickly before the defence could get organised, and in for the try. It takes Haddington into the lead. This one was always going to be close, and Ellon quite determined that they weren't going to travel all the way down from the northeast and not make a game of it. And a couple of spirited attacks. Steve Aiken setting Mike Liebram away and almost getting over the line, but just a wee knock on there. And the scrum going to Haddington on their own line. Ellon staying on the attack. Todd Patterson working the ball out there, and that was big number 8 Asher Derbyshire. And some stuffy defence there from Haddington, but Ellon holding on to the ball. Worked out to Mark Ryan. Ryan looking for some bodies. It gets out to Seddon Forrest. Lovely inside pass there to Greg Ryan, and he looked as though he was going all the way until an absolutely terrific cover tackle by Neil Watt denied him the try. And when they look back on it, that one was going to make an awful difference to the outcome, because a try there for Ellon, and it did look as though it was on, was stopped by the Haddington left winger. Ellon keeping up the pressure. Ball worked out to Ryan again, and again worked out through Greg Ryan out to the left wing. Seddon Forrest in there looking for it, and the ball being scooped back by a Haddington hand. Up step Mark Ryan, and like Jamie Peters, there's not a lot of kicks at this boy misses, and that took it to 8-all with half-time approaching. But then came what proved to be a clinching score, and it came after some terrific play by the home side. Ball worked out there. And then Sam Johnson and Jamie Peters. Ball slickly out to Rodri Thomas. And then Neil Watt looked as though he was going to be bundled into touch by Seddon Forrest, but kept the ball alive. And worked back for Todd Patterson to punt it downfield, but across came Andy Douglas. Whoops, wee slip there, but he is still in control. Yep, moving the ball back infield, and it was that man Neil Watt again. Seemed to be everywhere on the park for Haddington, and keeping the pressure up. And this time, again out to Thomas, inside ball to Craig Harrison. Lawrence Lappin there doing great follow-up job for the forwards. And finally the ball worked back across to the right. And, well, he seemed to have acres of space, but Haddington had worked so hard and been so patient for Sean Botha to go in for what was a superbly worked try by the home side. Jamie Peters lining up not the easiest of kicks. Through it went, and Haddington ahead by 15 points to 8 at the break.
These highlights come to you in association with Scott Wilson, sponsors of the Border Reivers, with thanks to Haddington Rugby Club for their assistance.
Into the second half, and Ellon knew they had a job on their hands. Pick up there at the back by Asher Derbyshire. Out to Mark Ryan. Seddon Forrest unceremoniously held up there by the Haddington defence, but holding on, said referee David Crudge, and somebody seemed to disagree with him, and let's have another 10 yards for the home side, said the referee. And when he saw that, Jamie Peters, no hesitation, pot at goal, and just a minute into the second half, it had stretched the Haddington lead to 10 points. Ellon knew they had to put something together. Oh, what a splendid take by Neil Henry to set up this attack. Seddon Forrest out to Greg Ryan. Ryan tackled, but a splendid inside ball for fullback Stephen Aiken up there in support, and that was a gem of a try for Ellon. And Haddington knew that their opposition weren't going to lie down, but then, that is one for the scrapbook. What a beautiful arcing run there by scrum half Sam Johnson. He'll remember that one for a while. So will his teammates, and so will the Ellon defence, because they all stood back and watched him score what was a super try. A try that took Haddington into a 10-point lead, a lead that they held until 4 minutes from the end of proper time, when up popped substitute winger Graham Dykes, knocked over a couple of Ellon defenders and in for the try that was certain to clinch the match for the home side. And then deep into injury time, with Haddington ahead 28 points to 13. Oh, terrific run out of defence there by Neil Watt. And who was there to take the final pass? Yep, it was that man again, super sub Graham Dykes. 2 tries for the substitute winger to take Haddington into a 33 points to 13 lead, with Jamie Peters completing the formalities with that conversion and bringing up a scoreline that kept the Haddington support very, very happy indeed.
Well, we were absolutely delighted to get 5 points against, obviously, Ellon are a good side. I think we saw that in the second half when they came up the hill. They played some fantastic rugby, some really good attacking rugby for a long period of time, and put us under a lot of pressure, and to eventually score 6 tries against them, and just get the 5 points was very crucial. We obviously started today points behind Ellon, and we're finishing now 3 points above them, so everybody at Haddington's absolutely delighted with the win.
3 points indeed take Haddington to 4th place in the table, only 7 off the lead. It's going to be a terrific run-in in Premier 3 for promotion. The Haddington support were thrilled, and Ellon man of the match was Seddon Forrest, being presented with his bottle of whiskey by Keith Wallace from sponsors Scott Wilson. And for Haddington, their man of the match was Ross Martin. That bottle of champagne will go down well in the dressing room. And at the end of the day, Haddington win, but so does Scottish Club Rugby yet again after a smashing match. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Nielsen Park, Haddington.
These highlights come to you in association with Scott Wilson, sponsors of the Border Reivers, with thanks to Haddington Rugby Club for their assistance.